Lesson 311.
You're listening to ACIM Gather Radio for students and teachers of A Course in Miracles. Join us at acimgather.us.
It's okay to have just a little, and it's swell to have a lot. if you're a prince, a pauper, or a queen. The more you give, the more you give, the more you live, the more you live. Your happiness is relative. And if you're feeling like crap, it's time to face the fact. It's your prerogative. To be positive. If we've come what we believe, then as we think, ye shall receive. So let go of the past, pull your head from your ass. It's your prerogative. To be positive. Here where the ever after is. Here is where the laughter is. Be a tambourine man in the yellow submarine and be positive. Positive. Don't hang on tight, let it all go. The more you find out, the less you know. Life is just slipping right through your hands. She's up there laughing while you're making your plans. Try your best, give it all you got. You might win, you might lose, shoot your best shot. Get mad, get even, if you must. You gotta learn how to love, learn how to trust. The more you give, the more you live. Your happiness is relative. But if you're feeling like crap, it's time to face the fact. It's your prerogative to be positive.
All right, and good morning. Welcome all. Thanks for hanging out with ACIM Gather. And let's see, how's the volume? It seems to be a little low for me. Is it? Or is it not? No, I think it's okay. All right. And pardon the microphone adjustment here. There we go. All right. It's good. Thank you, Lynn. Welcome, Karen. Got all the instruments and happy signs. And that's great that you have those hearts and trumpets and notes and all of that happiness. Thank you, Dove. Good morning, Delia, Sharon, Christopher, Carrie, Nigel. Welcome to ACIM Gather, where we gather to help each other be happy. And we do that a lot through one central book of teaching, and that's called A Course in Miracles. You can buy it on Amazon. Just Google A Course in Miracles, or just Google it, and you can go to the website, acimgather.us. That's where you can find out who we are and what we are, and also other resources. And you can also go to acim.org, and you can actually read the book online without making any purchase. And so we are beginning to use the app and the online book quite a bit now. It's very helpful, very easy. It has search engines, so you can just put in a keyword and look up a specific topic or thought just by using a keyword. If you cannot remember something that was quoted in the course but can't remember the whole thing, so if you can put a couple of words together from that paragraph or sentence, more than likely you can search and find it. So all of these great resources are available. And today I am back into my box of A Course in Miracle cards, and I hold that up for those on YouTube. You can not see the writing, I don't think, because of the lighting. But anyway, in that box of cards, light and joy and peace abide in me. I am the home of light and joy and peace. I welcome them into the home I share with God because I am a part of Him. And I like that, and I like that Karen posted those little happy emojis because we are the home of light, joy, and peace. Anything else is an imposter. You know, well, I don't know what this is. You know what? We love to say, I don't know what this is. I just feel some kind of way. Well, if it's not happy, if it's not joyous, if it's not peaceful, it's not God. So what are you going to do about that? Just let that sit. What are you going to do with those feelings and emotions and thoughts? Are they happy? Are they joyous? Are they peaceful? Then they are imposters. What do you do with imposters? What do you do with trespassers? If you have the power, you put them out. If you don't have the power, you call someone who has the power. But we know we have the power. We have a kingdom, which is our mind, our moods, and our attitudes. We have a kingdom and we are its ruler, and we do have the power. We have the authority, we have the right, and we have the grace to change the mood, to change the attitude. And we know, you can put on happy music. Some people get ready for work. I had some neighbors in South Carolina. I was in an apartment complex, and every morning they would be blasting the music. I understood that, hey, they're getting ready for work and they're trying to pump it up, but uh, I'm still sleeping. So we got to come to a happy medium. you know, that's a little loud for the other sleeping people. But so we know that music can change our mood. We know that sun, if you're going through a depression, the psychologist may say, get outside, don't stay in the house and sit up in the dark all day. Just go out for a walk, get some sunshine, go to the outdoor mall or anywhere. They don't care, just get out of the house. So there are things that we can do to help our mood. We can help ourselves feel good when we recognize that, wait, this is an imposter. I must have decided wrongly because I am not at peace, is what Karen Parente typed in our chat room, text chapter 5, section 7. So we're not helpless. And I know we have habits. We have a habit of letting whatever thoughts, whatever moods, whatever emotions, um, there is a process of letting it be, sitting with it, and not taking it on, being in the world, but not of the world. See, when we say that quote, be in the world, but not of the world, we think outwardly, cars, houses, people, politics. But what about the world inside you? How about that world? Oh, this is a good one. I haven't said that before. And I've talked about being in the world, but not of the world a lot over the years. But what about the world inside of you? We being in the world, but not of the world, because the world is not happening to us. The world is happening through us. So what about this world we say between our ears? This word inside our head region, sometimes in our heart and chakra region. Being in the world, but not of the world. So whatever is going on in that world, we don't have to take it on. We can notice it. And then after noticing, uh, we can either sit there and notice it like we're watching a movie and realize it has nothing to do with me, the truth of who I am, because light, joy, and peace abide in me. I am the home of light and joy and peace. I welcome them into the home I share with God because I am a part of Him. So you don't really have to do anything to the negative feelings. What I can do is just welcome who I am. Okay, negative feelings, negative emotions. I see you. Sit there. But right now, I welcome peace. I welcome love. If you want to hang around, you can. But I can assure you that those emotions won't hang around. So we get caught up with trying to chase out the darkness. And the Course in Miracles advises us that we don't have to chase out the darkness. We don't have to focus on the darkness. When I go into a room and I want to see what's in the room, I turn on the light. I'm not really focused on the darkness. I'm focused on I want to see. I'm focused on the light. My thoughts are not preoccupied with darkness when I know I can just flip a light switch. I'm preoccupied with light. I'm not interested in the darkness. I'm not investigating the darkness. I'm not investigating why the darkness, how the darkness, is it clouded outside? I know some people do that. They wake up, if the room is a little more darker than it normally is, oh, I wonder is it cloudy outside? And my first answer is, I don't know. I wonder is it going to rain today? I have no idea. I'm not interested in rain. I'm not interested in cloudiness. Turn the light on or open the blinds. I don't go straight into a story. I don't know. I know I closed the blinds and drew the curtains before I went to bed, or the draperies. So, I expect it to be dark in the room. I don't know what's going on the side. But when I want light, I turn on light. And so, without a story, without an investigation, I know it's a habit. I love what Carrie said on yesterday about the ego thought system. It's a reporting system. It's just reports. And what are you going to do with the report? You don't even have to believe the report. Who have not gotten a report before that they didn't believe? Oh, this can't be true. I don't believe this. No way. Oh, the other year they was trying to lead me down the cancer road. I'm like, I don't have cancer. The lady from the insurance company called and she said, well, I had cancer. Wait, what are you talking to me about cancer, lady? Hold up. Why are you talking to me about cancer? I don't have cancer. you know, we just trying to get a little blood work. So everybody that get blood work don't have cancer. What you know, whose report are you going to believe? You don't have to believe the report. You do not. They've tried to say I have high cholesterol, and I'm like, I don't believe it. Did I take the medicine? I took some of it, and I found a doctor that was willing to work with health, nutrition, and exercise. So now, for the last, I don't know how many years, I have been getting my blood work every year routinely with my annual physical checkup, and my cholesterol is fine. And it don't always happen that easy. Don't get upset and mad at yourself if your situations don't always turn out easy peasy, nice and easy. But I believe in easy. So, but I've been believing it for a while. I've been believing it for some years. I had posters. I had uh, all kind of support to recondition my mind. I believe in easy, and I don't believe in hard. And everything works out for me easy peasy, nice and easy. And I'm saying this to you because it can be your truth also, because we all are the home of light, joy, peace. And my birthday lesson 235, reminds me that I need not but look upon anything that seems to hurt me, that seems to hurt me. I need only but remember, if I look upon anything that seems to hurt me, I need but remember God wills. I don't have to question. God wills that I be saved from this. There are some things we can know. And if we get these things in our knower and we like, okay, I know, I don't have to contemplate this. What am I contemplating pain and suffering for? What am I contemplating sadness for? What is it to contemplate? Light and joy and peace abide in me. I am the home of light and joy of peace. So something being presented to me, something is reporting to me, and I'm believing the report and I'm accepting the report and I'm taking the report on, but I don't have to. I must have decided wrongly because I am not at peace. I don't know any other decision I can make. Look again. I like that. Karen says, give me a double, please. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yes, I'll take a double in top shelf. Absolutely. The best of the best. And um, I love that, Karen. Thank you for typing that. I must have decided wrongly because I am not at peace. And I mean, I can rant inside these in my head. I mean, and I've been reminding myself, you know, I can't be right about this. This is not peaceful. I'm ranting about something somebody did or something somebody should have done or shouldn't be doing. And I'm like, I must be wrong. I have to be wrong because this is not peace. This is not joy. This is not happiness. And of course, the ego thought system is right there to say, if you go down that road, people just gonna run over you. If you go down that road, you're gonna just always be a victim. You're not gonna ever stand up for anything. Well, if I never stand up for anything, am I happy? Am I joyous? Am I peaceful? That's all we ever want. We want joy, we want peace, we want happiness, and everything we do is for that because we are the home of that. It's our inherent nature to want light, joy, peace, happiness, love, welcome. It is our innate nature to want to join with others. We don't want to separate. Yes, we've been taught stranger danger. Yes, we've all watched the news at spaces and times in our lives. We just because we don't watch it now, we've watched it. We've gotten caught up in the drama of the day. It's in some decade, in some year, we've gotten caught up in what was going on in the world that wasn't so pretty, that didn't appear to be so happy and joyous. And so the ego thought system, which is a reporter and a historian, knows that. So it just picks around and picks around to try to grab something that we have taken on or taken in and didn't really notice or think about it. That's why we constantly say, think about what you're thinking about. But why do you feel this way about it? Yeah, I understand you feel like your feelings are valid, but why do you feel that way? Well, just because it's wrong. Well, who said it was wrong? God still standing in the garden saying, who said you were naked? Whose idea? Where did the idea that it was wrong or that you were naked, where did it come from? Well, don't get mad at me for asking. I'm just asking. What who's the authority in the source of this thought, in this belief, in this idea that you hold so dear that's keeping you upset? All right. And here we go. Today is the 311th day of 2023. And that makes us lesson 311 in the Course in Miracles workbook for students. I judge all things as I would have them be. I judge all things as I would have them be.
Lesson 3:11. I judge all things as I would have them be. Judgment was made to be a weapon used against the truth. It separates what it is being used against and sets it off as if it were a thing apart. And then it makes of it what you would have it be. It judges what it cannot understand because it cannot see totality and therefore judges falsely. Let us not use it today, but make a gift of it to him who has a different use for it. He will relieve us of the agony of all the judgments we
All right, don't stop right there. Let's see. He will relieve us of the agony of all the judgments we have made against ourselves and reestablish peace of mind by giving us God's judgment of his Son. Father, we wait with open mind today to hear your judgment of the Son you love. We do not know him and we cannot judge, and so we let your love decide what he whom you created as your Son must be. So this lesson is just perfect. It goes right into the card we pulled from the ACIM box, because if you say, and so we let your love decide what he whom you created as your Son must be. And of course, workbook lesson 112 says, light, joy, and peace abide in me. I am the home of light, joy, and peace. I welcome them into the home I share with God because I am a part of him. God is love, so am I. God is peace, so am I. God is happiness, so am I. And as I was saying, whose report will you believe? What will you believe? I must have decided wrongly. So this lesson is saying we are going to let the one and only judge. And he has already judged. We are the beloved children in whom he is well pleased. There is no sin in him, so there's no sin in us. There is no guilt in him, so there's no guilt in us. Who said you were naked? If you know anything about Western religion and the story of Adam and Eve. If you don't, who said you were naked means nothing. And nothing from nothing leaves nothing. So don't worry about it because it's all nothing. Judgment was made to be a weapon used against the truth. Let's think about it, because sometimes we really feel right. We feel righteous in our judgment, our righteous indignation. Judgment was made to be a weapon against the truth. So do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Is what we ask a lot in the Course in Miracles communities. You want to be right about your judgment? And I can say, I can confess, my judgments don't make me happy. They really get in the way of happiness, joy, and peace. Karen says, judgment is not an attribute of God. It was brought into being only after the separation. Ah, No rush. Judgment is not an attribute of God. Now, I talk about the five senses a lot, so let me say this. And Carrie said it best. Thank you, Carrie. The five senses are just a reporting system. Yeah, they can report to me, oh, I smell smoke. I need to get up, go to the kitchen, and put out the fire. I left the pot of beans and they're burning. They just reporting. They didn't tell me I was a bad cook. They didn't tell me I was stupid for leaving the pot on and starting my ACIM gather uh, broadcast. It just told me, oh, there's smoke. Go check it out. My eyes told me, oh, it's the pot of beans. Turn it off. Extinguish it if it's on fire. They didn't say anything about, they didn't cast any judgment. And we judge so quickly that we think it's us. It's such a habit. And let me tell you, if some of you don't believe that you were taught, that you were trained, when you were a baby, you had no judgment. They taught you hot was bad. Hot, bad, don't touch. You didn't have any judgment about it. You didn't have any judgment about poop. If your diaper came loose and you could play with the poop inside, you would. You had to be trained. You didn't have any judgment about it. You didn't have any judgment that you were bad for pooping or that you were bad for playing with the poop or putting the poop in your mouth. But we've been trained and taught this habit to not just allow the five senses to report, but when they report, then we make a judgment about it. And judgment is not an attribute of God. Judgment was made to be a weapon used against the truth. Now, yes or yes? Before we go any further, analyzing, breaking down, bringing up all of our worst case scenarios, and what about this and what about that? Yes or yes? See, I'm a yes guy when it comes to the truth, when it comes to studying A Course in Miracles. It don't matter whether it fits with how I live my life, or whether it fits how I have lived my life, or whether it fits with how I'm thinking I'm going to be living my life. It may not line up with every case scenario that I try to hold up against it. I don't care. I don't care about my case. And it's not to say that I won't judge in the next 15 minutes or some point today. I'm not planning to. And I'm not even in resistance. I'm in knowing that if I'm not at peace, I must have decided wrongly. I don't have, and often now as I practice, as I begin to unlearn what I was taught my whole life to judge, to have an opinion, to have something to say about everything that crosses my five senses, as I'm unlearning that, and I'm around people, and things constantly are going on. Things are constantly going across your eyes, your ears, your nose. You're constantly smelling, hearing, feeling, seeing. And people around me, well, what do you think about that? Nothing. People constantly now, Regis, did you see that? Yeah, I saw it. Now, and then after I say I saw it, they're pausing, waiting on me to give an opinion. I don't have one. Give a judgment. We say, oh, I'm giving my opinion. No, I'm giving a judgment. I spoke to lady. Lady didn't speak to me. Lady was white. I'm black. I don't have anything to say about it. I spoke twice. Lady still didn't acknowledge me. What do you think about that, Regis? Nothing. Lady didn't speak. I spoke a third time. Lady didn't speak back. Oh well. Okay. I don't know. Maybe lady's husband just died. Maybe lady's child just got admitted to rehab for they found him drugged out on drugs. I don't know what's wrong with lady. I spoke, she didn't. You know, uh, my wife and I had some things going on this weekend, and I mentioned, everything don't have to be the worst case scenario. And 99.9% of the time, it's not. How's that judgment making you feel right now? Judgment was made to be a weapon used against the truth. I'm looking for my clock. There it is. All right, I got roughly 18 minutes. Judgment was made to be a weapon used against the truth. It separates what is being used against and sets it off as if it were a thing apart. That's big, and I'm doing not a so good job of reading it. Let's try it again. It separates what it is being used against and sets it off as if it were a thing apart. And then it makes of it what you would have it be. It judges what cannot understand. It judges what it cannot understand because it cannot see totality and therefore judges falsely. Here's the thing that we love to forget. We cannot see totality. That's it right there. And I was having a conversation yesterday, and we were talking about how, I just say it's so many things my mom don't know. When I step back and I think about, wow, look at the stuff that happened to me while I was under my mom's care as a child, as a teenager, that she don't know happened to me. And so she could be judging me and judging my behavior and judging my decisions and judging how I am today in the world and thinking that's my son. I know him and he's so crazy. I don't know why Regis act like that and blah, blah, blah. But she don't know. She don't see in totality. She thinks she does. And the same with me with her. I know nothing about her upbringing. And she certainly hadn't told me anything because we come from one of those families, they just take it to the grave. if it's any lessons to learn from what they went through, we won't get them because they don't talk. And you probably got some families that don't talk either. So whatever lessons we could have learned from their life, we're not learning them. So they ain't telling you a darn thing, and and it doesn't matter what the reason is for that. It really doesn't. I don't go chasing waterfalls. I don't care. It is what it is. They don't talk about their past and what they learned from it. So they don't try to sit their kids down and try to say, look, this is what I did, and I hate I did it. We don't have those conversations. And this is what happened to me. I was molested at blah, 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 and it shut me down. And, I don't want that to happen to you. No, we don't have those conversations. So it is what it is, you know. And so my point is not to go down a rabbit hole on that, but my point is we cannot see totality, and therefore we judge falsely. As I was fussing at the man in my rearview mirror as he was driving fast, you know how you hate to be driving and someone's behind you, you're looking in the rearview mirror and they're going so fast it just looks like they're gonna run right through you. And you kind of panic and you get angry, like, you're gonna run me off the road? Are you gonna run over me? What is wrong with you? Slow down back there. And so it kind of scares you, shocks you, whatever. And because we don't want to die, you know, is he gonna kill me? So, so do he see me? Is he drunk? Is he really gonna run through me? What's going on back there? So I was having that experience as I was not too far from my home. They say most accidents happen near your home or near your work. Most severe accidents, you're close to home or close to work. I was close to home. And so I started fussing at the guy in my head and out loud since I was in the car by myself. so So they kept coming. They got up close to me. They didn't run over me, but they just kept coming, kept coming. And so I made a right turn. They made a right turn. I'm like, they still on my tail. Darn it. So now I'm turning down into my subdivision. I make another right turn. They make a right turn. And I'm like, gosh, darn it. What is wrong with this guy? Do I need to just pull over and let them around? And I'm calling them all kind of jackasses and names and whatever, So- And so then I made a left turn. They made a left turn. I'm like, okay, this son of a, you know what? And then all of a sudden I thought, maybe they have to pee. We all in the same subdivision. Maybe they just trying to get home because they got to pee. you know? And then I laughed. And it was gone. I was no longer frustrated because I remember about the same spot where where I first saw that car behind me. We were driving home and my wife was in the car with me and I was driving too slow and she said, "Can you speed up?" I'm like, "No, I told you that I was going to stop speeding. I just want to drive the speed limit. I got to use the bathroom. I got to pee." Okay. So she wanted me to speed this day because she had to pee. And so all of a sudden I thought, oh, maybe they had to pee. And I'm just cussing them out because, they're not thinking about me. They just trying to get to the bathroom. Who knows, or maybe they had a latchkey kid that they were trying to beat home. I don't know. So all of that to say, and it's good to laugh. I love the easy lessons. I tell y'all, I believe in easy. I don't believe in hard lessons. I don't believe in bumping my head into a concrete wall to go, oh, now I see. I love the easy, laughable lessons that are just as big as the ones where you drive your head into a brick wall. Just as profound, just as powerful. It's just with joy and laughter, the happy journey, the happy learner. So all of those stories and antidotes, learning through joy, yes, to say we cannot see totality. Therefore, we judge falsely. And we got some big ones. We got some big ones. We think we right. When we say Donald Trump is a sociopath and a gaslighter and all of the things that we might say about him, you know. We think, but how does that make, nothing else matters. How does that make me feel to sit here and go on a rant about Donald? Am I happy? Do I feel good? Do I feel positive? So now my wife and I, we do that to each other. It's like, okay, well, how's that making you feel? Do you feel energy? Do you feel like you're closer to the good that you desire? This position that you're taking right now, do you feel like you're drawing in light and love and prosperity and good health with that energy that you're in right now? Okay, then I must be choosing wrongly. Judgment is not an attribute of God. Judgment is a weapon against truth. I must have decided wrongly because I am not at peace. Are you at peace in this judgment? No matter what it's about, no matter who it's about, are you at peace right here, right now in this judgment? Yes or no? Well, no, I'm mad. Well, no, I'm upset. Well, no, I'm sad. I'm depressed. I feel like a victim. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we have decided wrongly. In fact, yes, we have. There's an imposter presenting some thoughts and ideas that are not light and joy and peace. Light and joy and peace abide in me. I am the home of light and joy and peace. So, what is the anger? What is the fear? What is the sadness? What is the loneliness? What is the depression? What is the sense of abandonment, the sense of worthlessness, and nobody sees you and understands you or gets you? I must be judging wrongly. I must be deciding wrongly. I must be listening to an imposter. I have to be, because I am that I am. And I am love, I am joy, I am peace, I am happiness. I am the home of it. You know, I put foster kids out of my house. I've had foster kids in 2 or 3 cities and states. And this is a home of happiness and joy. And if you don't like that program, you can go back. No, I'm offering you love, joy, peace, and happiness. If you don't want it, I'm not going to force it on you. And you're not going to turn my house upside down with chaos and destruction. And I was a foster parent. I'm not talking about 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds. I'm talking about a foster parent for teens, teens only. I was one of those rare people. They loved me in the foster care system because I'm like, yeah, I take teens. Nobody wants teens. Bring them on. And as long as they want love, joy, peace, and happiness, they're welcome. So I don't let an imposter in my house. I've had cousins that steal, blood relatives. They're not allowed in my house. No, you don't come. You're not allowed in my house. This is a home of love. Now, it's called boundaries in psychology. Some people, especially a lot of spiritual people, they don't understand boundaries. They don't understand. Yeah, we know where boundaries separate. Yeah. As I said earlier, being in the world but not of the world, and I'm talking about the world in here. I'm talking about the world inside. As soon as we hear that quote, being in the world but not of the world, we go outside. But I can sit with the world that's going on inside me and not be of it. And Lord, glory and type, sometimes boundaries are the loving thing to do. Exactly. And it's not boundaries that actually separate. We're not talking really about building walls, but we're just boundaries. that help people is really not even keeping you safe, is really keeping them safe. And so looking at my clock, it's 10:25. Welcome, Myrna. Thank you for coming in early and being here with me in the light. So it judges, judgment judges. Judgment judges what it cannot understand because it cannot see totality and therefore judges falsely. Let us not use it today, but make a gift of it to him who has a different use for it. He will relieve us of the agony of all the judgments we have made against ourselves. See, I love that it first says against ourselves, because that ego, spiritual ego, as soon as we hear judgment, soon as we hear forgiveness, we go right outside and start thinking of other people, places, and things. But the first one in line for all of this is me, Lord. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. And this is where we can study the course all day and for hours. And if we keep thinking outside, oh, it's about them, oh, it's about them, then we might as well have the New Testament Bible being in a nice little good Baptist, Southern Baptist church or evangelical church. Because we're making it about everything else. So I love how he says, let us not use it today, but make it a gift to him who has a different use for it. He will relieve us of the agony of all the judgment we have made against ourselves. And I always say for many years now, when we let ourselves off the hook, we'll begin to let others off the hook. If I learn how to love me, how to forgive me, how to accept me, how to embrace me, how to not judge me, how to get up in the morning without makeup, without hair being combed, and look in the mirror and not think anything but, oh, hey, Regis. Without one criticism, without one fault finding, when I can get out of the tub and be naked in the mirror and just say, oh, there's Regis. When I begin to let myself off the hook, it'll be real easy for me to let others off the hook. In fact, there won't even be a hook. He will relieve us of the agony of all the judgments we have made against ourselves. All the judgments we have made against ourselves, and reestablish peace of mind by giving us God's judgment of his Son. I am the beloved child of God, in whom he is well pleased. Yes and amen.
Oh yes, I'm the great pretender, pretending I'm doing well. My need is such, I pretend too much. I'm lonely, but no one can tell. Oh yes, I'm the great pretender, adrift in a world of my own. I play the game, but to my real shame, you've left me to dream all alone.
You're listening to ACIM Gather Radio.
That's beautiful.
Teachers of A Course in Miracles. Join us at acimgather.us.
The more you give, the more you live, your happiness
Thank you, Dove, Myrna, and Lynn. This